Good morning, welcome to my channel. I am doing a WIP of a horse, kind of a fantastical colors. I've gotten this done so far. This is my first square that I have done. It's a little different, kind of, yeah. It takes a little bit more finesse and deliberate placing that I wasn't used to with the circles as far as with the round, because with the round you can just place them, doesn't matter which way your pin is turned. But when you have a square on your pin, it really determines which, you can't just put it sideways, or you got to make sure that your pin, the squares are lined up with the direction that you're wanting to go. So this is your first time coming to my channel, welcome. If you've been here before, thank you for returning. I've done some videos on Home Sweet Gardens about gardening, but this is, I do believe, will be my first YouTube video for diamond painting. I'm really a fan of time-lapse because I get bored easily. I have great ADHD. So most of my videos are probably going to be time-lapse videos, but I did want to... Alexa, volume down. Sorry, I had to tell she who cannot be named. If you say her name out loud, then she wants to talk. But I'd turn the music down a little bit. I like classical music when I'm just sitting here. I like Bach, Beethoven. Otherwise, I typically listen to, I kind of have an eclectic taste. I like pop, I like some country, I like the more modern country. Some rap, but not really, I don't like the real hardcore stuff. I think probably the only music I don't like, I do not like jazz. Sorry if you like jazz, I'm not trying to personally offend you. For me, it seems unorganized. And I think that's the point, is just kind of what comes in your head and what you're feeling at the time. But it's too chaotic for me. It actually causes me to be more anxious than relaxed. That, and I don't like metal. I can't do it. Now, metal bands that play ballads, those are okay, but I can't do the whole head banging and that kind of thing. I think I'm dating myself when I say that term, but whatever. So diamond painting, I have, like I said, I'm fairly new to it. So this is I did a very small one, which if you're brand new and never done it before, I recommend getting a smaller canvas, just because you'll get it done quicker and you won't feel like it's so overwhelming. I couldn't imagine starting with this one as my very first one. I probably would have gave up, to be honest, just because, I mean, this has taken me, I did it in 3 sections, and of course there's a lot of confetti. Confetti basically means there's a lot of colors in a little small area, but and it's beautiful, but it's taken me probably a week. Of course, I have a full-time job, but still, I mean, one section probably takes, I don't know, several hours. The very small one I got done in a couple days. It was an 8x8, I think, inch. And then my next one I did was a horse by Diamond Dots, and it took me about a week, I think. It was around, it's 50 by 50 centimeter. When I first started doing it, I would convert everything to inches because centimeters didn't make any sense. Like, I don't know why. But now that I've been doing it a little while, I've kind of gotten the idea, so now I just go with the centimeters. This canvas here is 45 by 55. That's for the actual painting, or the actual image. And it is square with, I do believe, 4 AB drills. The square is difficult for me in the sense that I like things to be very straight and neat. With the round ones, it's not, you can't tell quite as much because, like I said, it doesn't matter what direction that the drill is placed in, just so long as you get it in the correct spot. But with the squares, they can't be turned cattywampus really in any way. And that proves to be a bit frustrating for me. So I have the single placer with just the single, and then this is a I think it's a 7, and I've got just the traditional wax that comes with your kits that I'm using in it. This is a pen that I purchased, and it's got the plastic. I am waiting. I ordered metal thin tips, which from what I've been told is the thin works better than thick. That's why this one's kind of hard sometimes because it's so thick. But I'm waiting for those. And right now I'm actually using something that I think most diamond painters would not be using. I'm sure if there's seasoned diamond painters on there, they're probably going to freak out. But I'm using like Fun Tack mounting putty, and it seems to be working really well. You got to be careful that if you touch your tip of your pen on the canvas, it will pull the wax or the putty off, and then you have to pick it off with tweezers. So you have to be really careful. But I don't have to load it hardly at all. I just have to kind of like reform it every once in a while. I've got a little bit right here, but it makes that good pop when you put your drill on your paper or your canvas. But it seems to work really well. It does not work with your ABs. It's too sticky, and so what happens is the ABs will never come out of your pen. You just keep pushing them on there and then they'll come off. So I end up having to use this. I have purchased some patty wax off of Etsy. I don't recall the name of the shop. I will put it in the comments though. Like I said, I haven't gotten it. I'm hoping it'll be here today. It's the middle of December, and so shipping is, if you order anything, for the love of all that's holy, don't expect to get it for probably next year. Everything is crazy, and I live in the middle of nowhere, like literally. So it's so bad that like FedEx flat said they don't deliver to our area on Fridays because there's not enough people. So yeah, there's that. So but I did order it, and it said it's on its way. So maybe I'll get lucky and it'll show up today and I can start using it. I'm pretty excited to try it. I've heard good reviews on it. So, but I'm pretty pleased with this stuff, and it was super cheap. I got it at, I think I actually got this at Joann's, but Hobby Lobby, I mean Walmart sells mounting putty. It's basically just the stuff you put on your wall to hang your picture, so you don't have to use very much of it. This has got a lot of confetti, so what I'm doing is I did the darker color there. I need to fill in darker here, and when you step back, you can see that that's the bottom of the horse's mouth. It's like, oh my gosh, it's the horse's mouth. Because when you're up close like this, you don't see the definition of what the image is. Like this, it just kind of looked like like Minecraft, just little squares everywhere. But when you step back and you look at it, you can see the flowers and the definition in it. And I'm gonna tell you, square, it comes across almost like a matte, but it's not. It is shiny. It's just it doesn't have as much of the reflective as what your circles, your rounds do. But the detail is incredible on it. I have done a diamond dots. I've done a diamond art club, and then most of the rest of mine, this one included, is from Temu. Temu, you know, for all of the bad flack that it gets, I have not had any trouble with any of the Temu purchases, and I have shopped on Temu quite a bit. You get what you pay for. I mean, I'm not going to expect museum quality stuff for $2. However, I've been pleasantly surprised by the detail and the quality of the things that I have bought from them thus far. For example, this, like I said, is a Temu canvas. Now, what's the difference between Temu, Diamond Art Club, and Diamond Dots? Well, their canvases aren't quite as... They're a little bit thinner. It's about the same as Diamond Dots, I would say. Your Diamond Art Club has a thicker canvas. It's got more velvet. This has got some of that little velvety on the back. But you can see it's got the perforated and the scallop so it doesn't fray. My Diamond Art Club, between the three companies, frayed the most out of all three of them. Diamond Art Club, I actually ran out of drills of a color. I had to substitute a different color in. So that's not a pleasant thing. I've never ran out of any of them in the Temus. The cover, the protective film that's over the Temu ones, is not as thick. It definitely is not as high a quality as what you would have with your Diamond Dots or Diamond Art Club. You just have to be careful with it, which I know some people out there, they pull it all out and then pull it all off and then put the cover papers on it. I was gonna do that, and then I watched on a video Diamonds and Washi, I do believe. I'll link her channel. She's really good. I've watched a lot of her. And she uses the washi tape and she sections out, and so I started emulating her, and that so far is working really well for me. It gives me those clear defined lines of where to stop and a guide, and so I do my section. Like I said, normally I was doing square like this, but this time I decided to just do a strip, and I don't know, we'll see. So far I'm focusing on the colors over here because I'm right-handed, so I don't stick my hand in the glue, because when you go over here you gotta, you know, move your hand kind of weird. But we'll see. I'm gonna try that and see how it works. I may find I don't like it. I don't know. This table is from Hobby Lobby, I do believe. I bought it used from a neighbor. It's actually a drafting table, so the glass does come up. And sometimes I will put it up. It kind of helps, like if my back or something start feeling weird or whatever. But right now I've got all my colors out, so if I was to lift the table, they'd all go flying in my lap, and well, that wouldn't be good. I dump enough drills enough as it is. It's crazy. I don't know what happens. I fumble fingers and go, and I end up flinging a tray or hitting a tray or something, and then there I am trying to pick them up. But I will tell you from experience that if you drop your drills in the carpet, which, you know, always seems to be what happens with me. This one here is a 3-placer that I've got on it. I have a 4-placer, but it's a thicker one, and I end up scooting the drills more than what I want to, so this one seems to work pretty good. So I have a 7, which I usually end up putting 6 on it, and then the 3, which I can get 4, if it's good solid run, otherwise it's, you know, 2 or 3. And so far that seems to be my choice of it. I use the single placer on this one unless I'm doing the specialty drills, and then I have to use the one with the wax because the putty, it sticks to it so much that either you can't get it out of the pen, or the putty sticks to the outside of those AB drills, you know, the ones that have the coating, like these. have that I don't know, the coating on the top of them, and so the putty sticks on them, and so then you have to try and clean them. And cleaning a little bitty drill is not very much fun, so I use this wax. I'll be interesting to see what the patty wax does, if I will have to continue to go back and forth with something, or if I'll be able to just use it for everything. That would be ideal. I'd like to be able to find one that I can use for everything, but you know, we'll see. That's not that simple sometimes. These are what I use. It takes, I do believe it holds 24. They're not super heavy duty, so I mean, yeah, just keep that in mind. But they're like, I think they were like $8, something like that, for the container. And then this is what the little boxes look like. There's the one little, they flip up. Sometimes they get stuck in the lid, so you'll want to tap and make sure that, you know, you get all of them down in there. And then just open her up, and there you go. I use this tray, which my friend has a 3D printer, so she made this for me. Works really well. It's got the little hole to cover it so you don't dump them out. And so then when I'm done, I just put them back in the little container. It came with another, like, almost travel storage kit I purchased, had stickers for the DCN numbers, so I took those stickers and put them on here, and then I wrote the symbol of what it was underneath of it and the marker. I mean, some of the symbols and the pen, I had to do it twice, and it's kind of hard to see, but I like that idea. On the other one that I kitted up, I just used my label maker, and like I wrote Horse SQ on here, I just wrote the DCN number and the symbol on here. But if it has weird symbols, the label maker may not have that in there. I haven't gotten there yet, but if that's the case, then I would just put a blank label and just write on it. These labels, you can peel those off. They're not going to be fun to take off, but you can, and so then I would just relabel them. I put the labels on the back because they seem to fit in this container better this way. So that way, and I think it's a 5 down the row. And then, but if I put them this way, they don't seem to fit as well, and I was afraid that I might hit this when I'm trying to get it out and dump them. So that's why I put the label on the back, so when they're all in there, I can see them all. They don't fit if you put them flat like that, but anyway, you got to work with what you got, right? I have another kit that has the circle containers, and I like those, but this is what I got for these, and I've gotten a few of them, and so far they seem to be working okay. Well, I'm going to stop yabbering about, because I'm sure that that's not what you really want to see. You're not here to watch me do the bind painting per se. And I'll put you in a time lapse. So enjoy. I hope you like it. If you enjoyed this video, if you would please give me a thumbs up, and leave me a comment. I'd love to hear what you think. If you have any comments or suggestions about what I'm using, or if I can do things better or differently. As far as the kind of kits I use and whatnot, I use Temu. I am 100% satisfied thus far with what I've gotten. It's what I do to relax and gives me something to do to keep my hands busy when I'm watching TV. What's nice is I can sit here and do this and still be with my husband. You know, he'll be watching TV, or maybe he's looking at stuff on the internet or whatever, but we're together, you know, have the company, but still have something that we're doing, not just having to sit there and stare at each other. That'd be weird. With my ADHD, that's not possible. So it does help me with that, and it's something that I can just walk away for a minute, come back, or if I'm gonna be done for a little while, I can just put the film back over it to protect it and walk away. It's not something that I can't be interrupted or you know, have to dedicate a specific amount of time to. If I don't get back to it in a day, well, then I don't get back to it. So that's what I like about it. But enough of me jammering on. Thumbs up if you like it. Would really appreciate it. Leave me a comment. And I hope to see you in the next one. I will try to post another video. I'll try to maybe put one up every week. And maybe on Fridays, Saturdays. I'm not sure yet. But I'm going to do a time lapse. So you can watch me do my painting. And I'm not going to edit that. So if I dump a bunch of drills in time lapse, you're going to watch me picking them up. Just cross your fingers. Hopefully I don't do that. I really don't enjoy that part of it. But anyway, I will see you next time. Okay, so this is where I realized that I put the wrong color on the wrong symbol. I thought it was supposed to be 4. And remember when I said earlier that I had written the symbols on each of them? Well, apparently my 4s and my H's look very similar. So I told you I wasn't going to edit it. I didn't dump a tray, but I thankfully didn't put a whole bunch down. I caught it, but I had to pick them all off. And then you'll see I at first was going to take those out and put the original color in, but I decided to go ahead and put those down and then go ahead and switch out my tray and go back to the right one. So lesson learned, pro tip, I guess, or newbie tip is to make sure that you legibly write your symbols on there, and if they don't fit, get a bigger sticker so that you don't do what I did.